The battle is over.
Uh-oh.
We fought valiantly, with courage and determination.
Yep.
But ultimately, we all knew this all would have to come to an end, as all boycotts do. And honestly, I'm surprised it lasted for more than a week. So, for those of you who don't know, After Right announced their $500 skin,
Yep.
which, to be fair, let me correct myself, buying the correct number of bundles for the right amount of RP, you can buy it for $450. Anyway,
It's only $450, guys.
players were simply not happy about the pricing, as well as the fact that this is supposed to represent Faker, who is known for not using skins. And so, the player base actually united under a single banner. And there was a movement to ban Ahri in every game. On the last episode of Dragon Ball, you might have seen that this actually brought in some results.
It did.
Ahri's ban rate more than doubled. With the catch being that the ban rate more than doubled in the West. In Korea, which is the region this was targeting, nothing really happened.
I don't know about nothing really happened. I feel like that's a pretty big change. Like, to go from here to here, that's massive. Like, if you look right here, this is between 3 and 2, and this goes all the way up to 5. That's like a doubling.
But now, it's
just
been
not as
more than a
extreme.
month since the boycott started. And so, I think it's time to not only look at how it's currently going, but it's also time to look at how much the skin earned for Riot.
Oh.
Yes, we actually got some numbers
Wow.
from the financial side too.
How?
You're gonna be amazed. And speaking of financial side and being amazed,
Is this a sponsor?
this video is
That's what I
sponsored by
thought.
Factor 75. Okay,
Isn't that
I know who
food?
you are. Since you're watching this video, considering the topic, the chances are you are someone who might need help with dealing with unhealthy food.
What the
and
fuck?
that's what we're doing today with the help
What
of
the
Factor
fuck?
75. Are you tired of trying
Wow.
to figure out what to eat? Are you tired of eating the same food
No.
again and again?
No.
Are you tired of wasting precious ingredients?
Can they deliver me
well,
Chipotle?
Factor is ready to fix all of these issues. With their service, you're getting fresh meals delivered at your doorstep every week. All of them take only about 2 minutes to prepare, and you get to choose from a weekly menu of 35 options, which includes Calorie Smart, Keto, Protein Plus, Veggie, and even vegan options.
What about just the good
Of
food?
course, since everything arrives right at your doorstep,
They have that?
it helps you skip getting
That's
groceries
good.
as well as all the prep work we all do before cooking.
Except
so
that-
instead,
no, never
why
mind.
don't we just get some nice chef-approved meals? And that's not to mention that Factor now also offers some new snack options, like breakfast, smoothies, juices, and all kinds of small bites. And again,
I wish I could get more smoothies. I never have those.
I know my audience.
Mm-hmm.
I know you all like small bites. Though my issue is, I can't cook. Well, no more. With Factor 75, I can finally feel like a chef.
I can cook, I'm
and
just
so
lazy.
can you. So get 50% off your first box and 20% off your next month's orders
Chocolate
using
brownie?
my link. So
Wow,
click
that's
the
really
link in the
good.
description or scan the
want that.
QR code using your phone. Many thanks to Factor 75 for sponsoring
Yeah,
this video.
I actually have brownies
and now that our
downstairs.
tastes are
I should go get
satisfied,
those.
let's go back to the video. So, at this point, boycotts in gaming are kinda known for not doing much. It is hard to see developers actually budge unless it's harming their financial side.
Well, usually most boycotts, like, they end quickly because people, like, you have to understand that video game players are the weakest audience in the entire world. Because all of them are mostly playing video games in order to indulge in something because they're not doing something else in real life. They have no self-control. So it's like, that's why I've said before, every video game boycott is only 1 3-minute cinematic away from being over. Everybody hated Blizzard and they hated Diablo, and then the Diablo 4 cinematic came out and people want to play Diablo 4. And I guarantee you the same thing's going to happen with the new game. Like, if they announced Overwatch 3, people would get excited for it again. That's it. Like, because at the end of the day, people care about this stuff, but they care about it recreationally. And what I mean by that is on the internet, there's become a trend or like a commonality where people get mad about stuff like entertainment almost. It's like, let's see what's on the internet so I can get pissed off. What the fuck? What the fuck? But that's what's going on. And so people don't really care about these issues. They just talk about them and they use them as entertainment.
means in
But
order
the moment that issue, they have to decide between caring about that issue and doing what they feel like doing. They will always do what they feel like doing. They don't really care.
for Ahri's boycotts to be successful, they would have to do exactly
Drop it immediately,
that.
yeah.
So the obvious question is, did the boycotts work? Well, as you saw, the West is really trying to fight this.
Yeah.
And out of all the places around the internet, of course, the Ahri mains suffered the most.
Yeah,
And
naturally.
while last time I showed you how they all united to kickstart the boycotts, today I am happy to report that the $500 skin is still very much a hot topic there. What's your opinion on the recent legendary Ahri collection? Never thought money printers grew on trees, but with the outrageous prices, you'll really see that people will do anything for a couple of sequences of flashing LEDs.
They're just stupid. I mean, what do you expect? People buy all kinds of stupid shit. Like, these are people, they spend 8 hours a day on League. Of course they're going to buy a $450 skin. I mean, it's their mom's money anyway. Who cares? And also, remember that guy that was on the Riot Points? He worked at a Riot Points, like, third-party thing. He said, like, 20% of people that are buying this are taking out loans to do it in payment plans. Yeah, they're stupid. Like, I mean, what do you expect?
There's a thing I don't
XQC
like in
bought
the
it? Yeah.
immortal legendary Ahri skin, the one that costs 60,000 RP. Her walk animation is
So
still
you got to keep in mind that, like, there are a lot of people that are broke, but there are also a lot of people that have a lot of money. There are so many people out there that make over $80,000 a year. There are tens of millions of them. And if you can get them to buy something, well, there you go.
broken. You can count the keyframes. It's like
Whale
stop
games,
motion
yeah, 80K
animation.
is nothing.
What is the best
Sure,
Ahri
right?
skin and where does the cheapest Ahri skin rank among them? See, all of these are conversations from about 3 days ago.
Yeah.
And they all came out on the same day. So a month later, the skin is still being discussed. Which
Sure.
would probably make you think, damn,
What the fuck else are they going to talk about on a subreddit dedicated to, like, obviously a thirst trap character? I mean, if this is like the Honkai Star Rail subreddit, every picture is like a picture of, like, the characters in a relationship with each other. That's it. I mean, this would be the only thing that's worth typing about, right?
boycotts are still going. Well, let's have a look.
Ooh.
See, I'm surprised.
Oh my god. That was good. Oh,
It took us
fuck.
a month to get all the way back.
Yeah.
But alas, it had to happen one day, and so the boycotts are pretty much over.
That's
Now,
right.
Last time, I also showed you the
And this also happens with world events. Like, months ago, everybody was talking about Israel and Palestine. Now there's way less people talking about it. How many people are talking about Ukraine now versus whenever it happened in, like, 2022? A lot less people. Like, there is even COVID, right? Like, people just get tired of thinking about it. They get tired of talking about it. Like, that's it. Because nobody really cares. Exactly. Like, most people don't really care about anything except for themselves and what they are immediately related to. So the moment, like, this is an abstract problem. So they don't really give a shit about this. They're Coney 2012. Perfect. There you go.
numbers for all the other regions.
Free Hong Kong.
Including
There's another
Korea,
one.
where, again,
Yep.
the players didn't really do much. And some people pointed out that it would
Mm-hmm.
be cool to also have the numbers from China, which does make a massive chunk of League's market.
Of course.
And you are right. It would be a good idea to have a look at those numbers.
Let's see them.
Except, League is handled by Tencent over there. And Tencent doesn't like to give out third-party support for their API.
What a surprise.
That's why I didn't show it originally. Except, apparently Tencent does have their own website where they show these stats directly.
Okay, let's see
So,
it.
from this glorious graph, we can see that in China, Ahri's bans went to 4%, then to 6%, and then back to 4%.
Wow.
So, over in the East, no one cares about an overpriced skin for Ahri.
No.
And the reason why this is important to point out is because
I mean, look, it's a flex. Yeah, it's a flex. That's just what people do. Like, really? I mean, I get it. No one cares, really. Yeah, people don't really give a shit. It's a hot skin. Yeah, she's super fucking hot. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, big surprise.
Because there are some serious correlations. And those link to how much the skin is actually earning. So, let's dive into that. From the very first moment, it was obvious that the skin would do well. And that's because some really funny reports came in. As an example, Dexerdo reported on a case where the players were actually taking out loans for the skin. I mean,
this is one of the things that you have to remember is that there's like this like cope that some people have that justify that try to defend this stuff, and they're like, oh, well, it's just rich whales. No, a lot of it are... I know this might sound crazy, but a lot of people that don't have any money, one of the reasons why they don't have any money is because they're bad with money.
I mean, people did joke about this at first.
Yeah.
And then it actually happened. I also remember people joking about paying with kidneys. I hate the implications here.
Yeah.
Anyway, according to this article, instead of people buying RP directly from the client, some people opted into buying the physical RP cards you can find at a grocery store.
Oh, wow.
And there are two reasons why people did that. First of all, RP has different prices in different regions, which means you can buy the RP card in another region for a lower price and then use the code on your account. By doing that, some people were able to get the skin for only $350. But
wow!
then came the second reason. Some of the RP card vendors can sell them to you digitally with a payment plan. And the owner of one of these stores actually confirmed that a lot of people were buying these with a loan agreement.
Every second order? Wait, so 50% of people are buying it? Man, you know what I should start? A credit card company. That'd be a really good idea. You know, I bet the guys that run MasterCard probably have a lot. They're probably billionaires, right? Yeah, they probably got a lot of money. That's crazy. I'm going to be real. I have never taken out credit on anything. I think that it is a grift. I would, if I had to, I would, like, if you have to buy a mortgage on a house, you pretty much have to take out credit, right? Other than that, never. Never, never, never. Personally, I would never do it. This isn't financial advice. I don't know if it's a good idea or not, right? Like, my dad's had a credit card for fucking, like, 60 years, pays it off every fucking month, and, you know, he just gets free benefits. So, like, yeah, you can do that. But the kind of people that need credit cards, it's funny because, like, if you need a credit card, you shouldn't have one. And if you don't need one, you can get one because they have great benefits, right? It's actually kind of funny. Yeah, now I think about it.
Which means people might be boycotting Ahri on one front, while others are getting into debt as this is all happening. And that is where our first report came in. We got a report from .esports that within 1 hour, Faker Skin made $600,000. Now,
that's a lot.
Wasn't in the first hour of the sales. No, this is actually something far funnier. Apparently, in China, they had an official shopping stream to promote the skin. As you can see from the screenshots, it really was.
See, that's smart. See, China, they got it right. what they do is they have obviously the guy that works on the game, but more importantly, you have the two pretty girls that are standing next to him that are dressed up like the character. That right there is what you call marketing. Blizzard could never.
Of people promoting it. And to be fair, it does kind of look like a fun event. Except the point still was to promote a really expensive skin. And of course, eventually Faker appeared on the stream too.
Right.
And within an hour of that appearance, $600,000 was in the bank. Now, just to be sure, just to do some research myself, I went on the website and I actually found the line confirming this. It says, the live broadcast revenue of these three skins is as high as 4.81 million. That's in the Chinese yuan from previous
like
context.
A lot less.
It seems there are still many people supporting Faker, and he is really popular in China.
What a surprise.
Now, of course, that was still within just 1 hour of that stream.
What about like 5 hours?
So, what about the rest?
Yeah.
Well, we got a second report, which seems to be a summary of the same event. And from that we learned that in a single day, they earned about 17 million yuan, which...
$2.3 million in one day? That's insane.
Is about $2.3 million. And here's the thing. That's just the sales from a single event in a single day.
And you'd expect China... Bro, you'd expect China 100% to be only part of it because Korea, like Faker's Korean, right? So like I bet Korea went crazy. And people in the US probably spending money on this shit too. Yeah.
In a single region.
And now they got three of the girls.
Total,
that's smart.
The event was supposed to go on for 3 weeks, up to July the 8th. And I'm saying was because it is likely that Riot noticed that the skin is actually being sold, and they decided to prolong it. That's right, we got an update that the Hall of Legends event was extended to the 29th of July. That is 3 extra weeks of sales. Now, to be fair, it is definitely possible that Riot extended this event to give people more time to complete the Battle Pass.
That's probably
but
what
as far
they did
as we
it
know,
for.
people
both.
were fine with the time. So the first thing the players think about now is the extra sales.
Yeah,
and
no
that's
shit.
really where we are today. The boycotts are pretty much over.
Well,
Nothing
of course they are. Like every boycott, people don't really give a shit about this. You want to have people stop thinking about a boycott? Get that girl on the screen again with the outfit from the skin on. The people not going to be thinking about the boycott anymore. It's the easiest solution you ever heard. Like, it's so fucking easy.
really happened, and Riot didn't really need to do anything because the banning just stopped on its own.
Bud Light tanked? Yeah, but did they get a hot girl? No, they didn't. They should have done that. I guarantee you, if instead of Dylan Mulvaney, it was Sydney Sweeney, guess what would have fucking happened?
And on top of that, we got some really funny reports that the skin is selling well. And that's not even in the region this skin was targeting.
Yeah.
So if China was able to push for $2.3 million from a single event on a single day, who knows what will come out of Korea? So rest assured, as was confirmed, there is no way we are not getting these skins annually.
Yeah,
and
of course.
if the common folk of the League of Legends player base doesn't like it, well, there is probably nothing we can do since someone will always buy this. But don't forget...
That's the problem, right? Is that when you don't vote by not buying something, you just let other people vote instead. Yo, Legendary drops. Thanks for the raid, bro. I appreciate it. I saw that.
That even though we are talking about millions of dollars earned, 30% of that before tax, and that is a big difference, actually goes to the T1 team. That's probably why these regions really feel like they can support Faker. And at the end of the day, as I mentioned every time, it is just a skin and it is not ruining the game. Things would be far scarier if this was connected to gameplay.
Then I'd probably play the game.
Riot is really just giving us a free game inside League of Legends that should be on Steam for like $15.
I'm gonna play this.
So this has nothing to do with
Swarm
gameplay,
shit?
and thankfully it is also not tied to a IRL item. Like the statue of the skin that was actually...
Damn, why she's... she is so fucking thick. That's nuts. Oh my god.
cheaper than the digital skin itself. Though that was until you put it in your shopping cart and you saw the shipping. Thank God Riot fixed that bug.
Oh my god. Oh.
Once again, many thanks to Factor75 for sponsoring this video.
So here's where I'm at. Am I going to play a League mode? Yeah, for sure. Absolutely, yeah. I think it'll be fun. The Swarm thing? Yeah, 100%. So here's the way I see it. People don't really give a shit about anything other than playing video games, and every boycott will end. It's just a matter of when. The only time boycotts work is when the product is genuinely bad. Like, boycotts are effectively like a boiling over. But the other thing is that a lot of people on the internet, there's like a huge echo chamber on the internet. And people don't realize, like, a lot of... Even on the internet, it's contested. But anybody who's not paying attention to this shit, like, nobody's caring about this. It's just like a casual player. So you only really have the most extreme players that even know about this or care about it. And everybody else, it doesn't really matter to them. Yeah, game boycotts never work unless the product sucks and the characters are ugly and flat. Yeah, and this character isn't ugly. So people are going to buy it anyway. People also push back against the boycott? Yeah, absolutely. These games are all about buying stuff, though? Yeah, for sure. People still talk about Will Smith slapping Chris Rock? Yeah, but that's because people don't like Will Smith. People are mad about Will Smith because, like, he turned into being, like, a cuck or some shit, right? And that actually kind of goes to, like, what my point is, right? Is, like, it's not even about the slap. Like, nobody gives a shit about that, bro. Like, if Will Smith had done that in 2001, fresh off Independence Day, people have been like, yo, fuck Chris Rock, you know? Like, fuck him. That's it. So, fumbled Margot Robbie? Yeah, that's a mistake, man. Actually true. Yeah, absolutely. He lost respect by letting himself be treated that way? Yeah. That's what I'm really trying to get at. And so, like, because nobody really gives a fuck about this shit. Like, nobody cares. Like, nobody gives a fuck about, like, some skin or something like that. Like, who really cares about this shit? Like, it's funny to talk about, but, like, everybody needs to remember that, like, every internet drama is just recreational outrage. Like, 99%. I probably think 99% of real life things. Like, people get mad about some politics shit happen. Most people don't really give a fuck. They're going to make a tweet about it and be like, and then they're going to go about their day like it never even happened. That's the truth.